Okay. Well, we're here in the studio at the Galway Cup, and I have with me Jim Cradock, who's visiting the Galway Cup this week and would have played soccer in Salthill back in the days when it was dangerous, as somebody said to me earlier on. And it's wonderful to have Jim, who has some perspective on what it was like to play in Salthill or start soccer in Salthill back in the day.
Well, I mean, first of all, it's great to be here, and it's fantastic. I can't believe what I'm witnessing. I'm here to support my grandson. But back in the day, in the 50s, Peter, I never thought I'd see this day like what we have here today, and for the last 13 years, I think, is it?
Yeah.
But back in the day, in the 50s, I played under 15 and minor with what was then Salthill Athletic, in what we call Salthill Park, which was then the pitch behind the hangar ballroom at the time. Exactly. And it was a natural kind of a stadium effect with the side of the hills, and we togged out in the garage of the parents of one of our team members, the Faherty family. Marty and Petey Faherty were the footballers, and that was it. The club had reasonable success back in those days, Peter, because I wasn't in this minor team now, but they got to the All-Ireland semi-final minor, and the crowds were expected to be so big that the match was actually moved to Terryland Park, where the place was packed, and unfortunately they were narrowly beaten. But I still clearly remember that match, and I particularly remember also Christy Gilbert. And he had another man with him, another man or two with him.
Billy Shaw.
Billy Shaw. Billy Shaw. Now those men were probably like yourselves now, sacrificed everything for in terms of their free time. And I already knew Christy, as he was a bus conductor on our route from Taylor's Hill. But we have nothing but fond memories and happy days. And of course, when Devon Park building site started to build Devon Park, we used to wander up from Lower Salthill and kick a ball around across the road from Lillis's. And that eventually became Devon.
That's right.
United. And then there was a better pitch just down from that created. We used to go down there in the evenings. And then I kind of left and went to college, and after college I went to England to play. I played football in England as well, actually. But that was the origination then of that merge then eventually with, I believe, with Salthill Devon.
And the funny thing about it was that there was a hiatus period when there was no soccer in Salthill, and then Finbar Lillis was another guy who would have been of that era. Finbar had been working in the US, came back to Ireland in the early 1971 or so, something like that, and he said, we're going to start Salthill Athletic again, get a junior team, and we look to have a minor team. And I would have been playing under 18 that time, and I used to go down to the park in Salthill. It was history was repeating itself. We did talk in Lillis's garage this time, she was just up the road. And it's funny, and we did kick around the Devon Park, and we used to train in the park, and it was Salthill Athletic for a couple of seasons. Then there was a small juvenile club called Devon Celtic. But in 1977, Tess Brennan, God rest her, who was then president of the club for many, many years, she called a few of us together, myself, Jim McSpadden, her son, who was one of the Devon Celtic guys, and another lad, Cunningham, and said, look lads, brought us into her front room and said, you can't have two teams here, there isn't enough room for it, sort it out. And the implication was we weren't getting out of the room until there was. And so Salthill Devon was born. And we're still Salthill Devon, and that was in 1977. And it has, but the guys that you spoke about, Christy Gilbert and Billy Shaw, without those guys and guys like you who played back then, that's our heritage. We would have nothing to look back on.
And you see, at the time as well, of course, there was active street league and GA for hurling and football. And we were very much a minority in playing the soccer like we actually, even though there was a ban in being at the time, we still managed to get under the radar with that and play the whole lot. The street leagues and play with Salthill Athletic. But they could have fonder memories of Salthill. And it is just unbelievable to think. I counted up this morning, 48 teams here, all competing sometimes twice a day, matches going on from 9:30 to 5:55 without a hitch. And the last match starts punctually as well as the first match of the day. And it's a great tribute to the organisers of this.
It worked well, and we have great sponsors in. We have partnerships with NUIG, who now have the student villages. They wouldn't have had a student village when you were in UCG as it was in those days. We have over 500 kids staying there this week. Which is a testament. They're great partners to have.
And we can't talk to our grandchildren except just for a few minutes after a match. They're confined. It's as if it's the World Cup.
Well, it is for them.
And they're confined in this bubble. He's loving it. He doesn't particularly want to meet us, but it's a great experience at that age. And the other thing is the standard of football. I can't believe. When you look at that, and they're coming from all over the country, and sometimes internationally, some former great who went on to play for Spain, I believe, and such players.
Absolutely, we had a little young guy here, Brahim Diaz, a few years ago. He came here with Malaga. He could hardly see over one of the barriers. And then Manchester City snapped him up as a 14-year-old the following year, and he has played first team, and now he's gone to Real Madrid for silly money. But at 13, this kid could really play, and he has. A lot of kids, 13-year-olds, don't make it to be adult internationals. But he has, but he's just one of many. Troy Parrott played here about 4 years ago. The guy who's in the Spurs first team now, and he's still only 17 years of age.
Transfer possibly somewhere to another Premier club, I think. Parrott.
I'd be surprised if they let him go, because they brought him into the system. But anyway, he's top class.
And of course, our lads are coming with not alone their own physio, but their own chef.
What has it come to?
But when my grandson was on holidays recently in France, they were playing football, and one of the kids they were playing with was a Real Madrid under 12. And he was being schooled by Real Madrid and fed by Real Madrid. And I was thinking that's really unreal. But here I am, and it's more or less the same thing.
I know.
Schooling.
I know. Well, listen, Jim, it was great to chat to you. It's fantastic. I had heard your name. I got to meet you for the first time this week. I heard your name mentioned in dispatches as having played in the bygone days, and it's wonderful to see you here.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.